Tony Brooks has been with UCA's journalism department since the fall of 2004. Tony has been running all of the broadcast classes here since the spring semester of 2018, following the death of his colleague Jerry Overton. Tony has been a huge influence to students over the years, but he has also made an impact on his fellow staff members.
Tony's one of the nicest people you're ever going to meet. He's genuine. He's honest. He cares about other people. He's interested in other people. I admire Tony because he came to us in a very difficult moment in our program, and he stepped in and he has done a wonderful, wonderful job.
When Tony came to work with us at Channel 6, it was a great day for all of us. We really enjoyed having Tony around, and we're going to miss him very much. I was talking with him about something earlier last fall, or no, actually last spring, 2018, and he actually built 2 hiking sticks for my niece and her husband for their wedding present. He was cutting down trees on his yard, and he says, "I'll make you some walking sticks." So that was the wedding present. I gave my niece something that Tony had handmade, so that was very special to me and very special to him. So he does more than broadcasting. I know he works in the yard a lot, and he's a wonderful man. I've met his wife. She's wonderful as well. We're going to miss him very much.
I mean, for me, it was always, he taught me the broadcast side. He was very, when he started here, I got into the program also. That was in the fall of 2004, where you always knew who Tony was. He monitored the news, whatever. And then we got into BJP3. At the time, it was a lot different because there wasn't the BJP classes. There was digital video production where you learned how to shoot and edit, and then you split. Either you were interested in television or you're interested in film. Along with the television aspect, learned how to do the studio, and the last class was with Tony, where it was advanced television studio production, where you did packages, whatnot. And the first package I ever did was on the UCA baseball team, and I was like, I knew how to get B-roll, I knew how to ask questions, but putting it all together, I didn't know about. So Tony, at the time, we had the editing suites, and he went in there with me and was like, okay. And he was like, stop, and like writing stuff down. He's like, this is how you write to a script. This is how you take the B-roll, you take the sound, and then you write and add voiceovers. So I was like, huh, it's a lot easier than I thought. And so for that instance, it was always just, when it comes to storytelling and knowing how to do broadcasting, I always defer to Tony, because he taught me how to tell a story based with nothing. I was telling him this earlier. Just the funniest for me and him was for the election night of 2012, where we just kind of, the students were all excited and doing different things, and we were like talking about like how the politics were going on in the world and how everything was, and it was just that was like our bonding moment, was for us, because like we were able to just kind of like, all right, this is what we think, and so we had a conversation amongst ourselves. And ever since then, it was more so not like a former student and a professor or 2 colleagues, but it was as 2 friends. And so after that 2012 election night, we got very close, and we were able to pretty much tell each other whatever we thought. So that's one thing I definitely will miss about Tony.
Well, I've enjoyed working with Tony. We can reminisce about, we've worked at the same TV station, but at different times. So we know a lot about the industry, and he's been fun to share stories with and memories with. And I've really enjoyed helping him with the BJP classes. I'm really going to miss him when he's gone, because he was a kindred spirit, and we could share stories. I like that.
And just over the years, I mean, I've worked with him since I was hired back here in 2006. This would have been the 13th year I've worked with Tony, and I mean, can't say anything bad about him. I mean, he's got stories for everything. He's been everywhere, done everything, and saying somebody it was a pleasure to work with, that's an understatement for what I think about Tony.
I've actually known Tony for probably 35 years, because when I was a reporter at the Jonesboro Sun, he was a reporter and an anchor at KIT in Jonesboro. So Tony's a little bit older than me, but it was my first job out of college, and like I said, he was a little bit older than me. But we would wind up at the same events and covering the same politicians or whatever it happened to be. And even then, Tony was a hard worker. He was a good journalist. He was good in his reporting. He was good on air. He was good as an anchor, and he was just. I wouldn't say that we were really friends then, because we kind of, the TV crowd, the print crowd, in that aspect of it. But I certainly knew who he was. I respected the work that he did, and that has kind of continued through the years. I wound up in Conway in 1990, and I think Tony came after me to AETN, and didn't really see much, but then occasionally we would run into each other. And then, of course, when I started out here full time, and Tony was as an adjunct working with the broadcast students, and started dealing with each other more. And then over the last couple of years, when he's out here full time.
I first met Tony last spring when he pretty much saved our lives and stepped in to fill the big shoes of Jerry Overton, who passed away at the beginning of the semester. And without Tony, I don't know what we would have done. And he is an excellent colleague, great guy, highly experienced, and I'm finding that the more I talk to him, the more I find out about his career and all the different things he's done. He's a KAIT in Jonesboro is one of these stations. We talk about the disappearance of the local press. Well, that's one of the stations that's holding the line. They cover everything all over northeastern Arkansas, and it's a pretty good outfit. And Tony's been an anchor, he's been a reporter, he's been a producer, just about everything you can think of. And he, at one point, he even worked for a Missouri congressman. So I got a feeling if I ask him some more questions, I'll find out a lot more. But excellent guy, gets along with everybody, knows what he's doing. Hate to see him go.
My favorite characteristic about Tony is that he's friendly and he wants to help the students a lot. Having been a teacher myself, I really admire that in him. I'm envious that he's going to get to retire. I'm still several years away from that, but I hope he comes back and visits and tells me how much fun he's having. But yeah, I think he's been really good, and I'm going to miss his presence, his smiling face, and his work with you guys.
We're going to miss him as a full-time instructor here, and I can say nothing but nice things about him. He's just a really, really great guy.
Tony is just, he is a professional. He is good at what he does. He's good at imparting knowledge, and he's just a good person. And it's a pleasure to have him in the program and for him to contribute to it. But it's also good to stand around on the halls here in Stanley Russ and just discuss whether it's days long gone by or what we're dealing with today. He is just really a gentleman and a good person to be around.
Everyone within the journalism department, whether they're students, staff, or professors, will miss Tony once he retires. He has been a mentor, colleague, and a friend. For all of us here at News 6, thank you so much, Tony, and we hope you enjoy your retirement.